Hello, I'm DerPG, and today we're driving into the third and final part of growing up as the weird kid. High school. Yes, lovely high school. That's when I reached a whole new level of hatred for humanity, like record-breaking levels. Honestly, this era was not my best version, not even close. I will say it was the opposite. When I was around 15, turning 16, everything I had been holding during middle school just exploded. Especially because this is when I fell in love for the first time. Or at least I thought I did. Let's be real. It was obsession. Okay, before diving into the actual story, let me clarify something. In my past years, I did have a few crushes, but they never hit this deep. I was usually more focused on my own stuff, but this person, they made me feel things no one ever had. If you have been deeply in love, you know what I mean. I may change some details for privacy. So, this all started a few months after I finished middle school. We were on vacation and I had no friends left, so I mostly stayed at home. I played games, watched videos, worked out a little, the usual. I started playing open world games and occasionally talked to strangers online, but never really made friends. It was just casual. Around that time, I also decided I was going to finally improve my English. So I thought, why not try talking to people from other countries? But I was honestly scared of trying. Then one day someone sent me a friend request and I accepted. They messaged me first, super kind, which was low-key suspicious, but I decided to keep the combo going. At that point, I told my mom I preferred to keep studying online like during the pandemic. She asked, "Are you sure?" And I say, "Yes." So yeah, I stayed in online school for most of the semester and I went to school in person here and there, but barely. This gave me more time to talk to that person. Also, I was going through a major identity crisis, type of guilty and stuff, I know. But on a deep level, I feel like a boy trapped in a girl's body, so in games and online spaces, I prefer to be called like he and be treated like a guy. Eventually she confessed she had feelings for me, and I couldn't help but love her back. I never feel so attracted to someone emotionally, romantically, or even psychically. She was my everything. Even though we were separated by the screen, her voice, her laugh, her whole existence made my days feel bright. I was completely attached. I even cut my hair short, started dressing more masculine. I wanted to be the guy in the relationship. I wished I could be a boy for her. She gave me a love too, but my family, not so much. Once they found out I liked her and it was a girl, they were disgusted. I lost all respect at home, but I didn't care because I love her. Until, guess who found out they were getting cheated on the entire time? Yes, me. Thanks to my overthinking and good instincts, she was cheating on me. The pain unmatched, especially because I already felt misunderstood, alone, and like nobody will ever get me. I thought, it's online, it'll be easy to move on. Wrong! I fell into horrible depression. I barely ate, I cried every day, I felt a deep empty hole in my chest. Eventually told my parents, I feel really bad, I feel empty inside. And my stepdad just say, "Oh, come on, tell us, you can trust us." And my mom added, "Exactly, we're here for you." So I say, "Remember the girl I talked about? I know you didn't like that, and that I liked another girl, but it hurts me, and I need to talk about it, because I have no one." They were in silence, and they started to laugh at me. You're not serious. That was online. That's not even real. Of course she cheated on you. You're young and confused. Don't be ridiculous. They laugh at me. They start to laugh at me. That's when I knew I could never tell them anything again. I fake it a laugh and say, oh yeah, you're right, silly me. But inside was destroyed. I know it was online, but it had been my first real emotional connection. I felt pathetic and seen, alone. I started drinking when no one was home. I hated alcohol before, but in this moment, with this pain, with this loneliness, it was just for a little. Each sip made my heart feel warm for a second. I would stay up all night watching Skins, crying, drinking, trying not to check her socials, but I always did. I kept asking, why? What did I do wrong? I loved her like a poet loves a muse. She was my first muse. Eventually, I started going to the gym obsessively, reading philosophy again, burning the letters I was going to send her, promising never to drink again, and I tried to focus, and I did for a while. But once I went back to school, seeing people with partners, friends, freedom, it hit me again. The loneliness came back, and so did my hatred for society. Because I really feel this was not meant for me. This world, this pain. Some may think that it's kind of stupid to feel this way for something online, but let's clarify this. I was a girl that never really had permission, and even if I had the permission, I never feel this deep with someone, and I barely have a real connection in real life with someone. So of course I was going to fall this deep for my first online relationship. I became what I once hated. I embraced the surf of nihilism and absurdism. I didn't care anymore. Relationships were jokes. If anyone say I love you, I will laugh at them. No one made me feel the way she did. I became addicted to the wrong things. Hypersexuality took over me. I will always say I had it, but this time it was not longer about love, and it actually exploded. I was chatting with random people, feeling like someone else had taken control. It all led to more problems at home. But somehow, I was still seeking for connection, still hoping for love, still wishing for someone to understand me. At home I was constantly called a manipulator, sadistic, aggressive, and I believe it. I feel like I didn't deserve to be human. So I wrote, I created, I poured my pain into poems and stories, until my parents finally took me to therapy. And therapy helped, and they considered medication, and eventually I realized my mental state was far worse than they thought. I left home, and I moved with my grandparents, and that changed everything. So yeah, after that, I went to live with my grandparents. I feel a little bit slower, safer, more quiet. There were no fights, no screaming, just silence. I had time to think, to heal. I started working again. This time not just to escape, but to build something. I realized how important it is for me to feel independent. Not to depend emotionally of anyone who could use it against me. And slowly, things started to feel different. I began writing again. Poetry, stories, essays. I even started to dream about publishing a book someday, or creating a space for young people who feel misunderstood like I did. I wanted to be that voice for someone else. The one I wish I had when I was crying alone in my room at night, thinking I didn't deserve to exist. Also, I won't lie. Most of my life is still online, but I have found people who truly care. Friends from different countries who feel like a chosen family. They have helped me see the world in a different light. I don't feel as alone anymore. To those who might be going through something similar, you're not broken. You're becoming. You're learning to carry pain and still move forward. And one day, you will look back and realize that all the darkness didn't define you. It shaped you into someone powerful. you for being here, and thank you for staying. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm DerpyD, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and remember, you're not alone. Bye bye.